Hey, what's up, world? It's your boy DJ Mann.
It's your boy Big Boone. Give me some room, man.
We are right here on DJ Mann TV, man, with
For
some
sure.
news you can use. You hear me? So apparently, man, there's a lot of things going on overseas, man. Over in Afghanistan, the Taliban that took over. People all up in the uproar, man. Did you see the clip of the airplane taking off and the people holding on to the airplane? 2 people fell off of it.
Really? Man, let's
check it out.
Afghans running toward departing Air Force C-130s, trying to grab a hold of the airplane fuselage as the planes start taking off. Presumably, these Afghans desperate to escape before experiencing the wrath of the Taliban. Even more horrifying and graphic, we should warn, are other video clips that appear to show bodies falling to the ground from a U.S. Air Force plane as the plane gains altitude.
So, what you think of that?
Bro, I didn't know it was that serious, man.
It's crazy, bro.
I didn't know it was that serious, man.
So, we've been over in Afghanistan, they say, for 20 plus years. 20 plus years, man. We've been, and now we have a new president, and under his watch, it seems that all of a sudden we just let a whole bunch of people, we just left them to get slaughtered.
That's what it seems like.
That's what it seems like. Because the Taliban, for people that don't know, is a terroristic group. You know what I'm saying? They hunger for power, apparently. And they claim, or the media claims, that they're going to wreak havoc over in Afghanistan now that they have taken control. But I have a few questions, though.
What is?
I know that Biden is the current president, but who really started this whole movement toward the Taliban taking over? Because you know, when Trump was president, he had started taking the troops away from Afghanistan.
Yes, he did.
Here's a clip to support that.
Just the latest in a long line of impetuous foreign policy decisions and announcements by this administration that's caught not only America's enemies off guard, but also its allies and even its own U.S. soldiers and diplomats who are out in the field. It's caught them all completely by surprise. And, you know, there are lots of examples of what you could call whiplash diplomacy, but, you know, maybe the most emblematic is President Trump's on-again, off-again negotiations between the U.S. government and the Taliban. But this time, the president appears to be announcing this massive withdrawal. It'd be about a third of U.S. soldiers who are currently in Afghanistan. And he's announcing only days after his peace envoy resumed negotiations with the Taliban. And that was, again, another surprise decision, even for many American officials. So now, as always, this drawdown is consistent with the president's long-term policy on Afghanistan. When he stated several times before, he's always said he intends to untangle the U.S. from these interminable wars in Afghanistan and also in the Middle East.
Now, what's your thoughts on that news clip?
Hey, man.
And do it sound like they were against it? Not at all.
Not at all. Not at all, man. It's
and before you get started, we got one more. More. Slow your roll.
Okay, my bad. I'm ready,
man. So, before yesterday, I think it's like 4 months ago, this is what Trump had to say about this same timeline of events.
So we're bringing our troops back home from Iraq. We're bringing the troops back home from Afghanistan. We brought them back home from Syria. Remember the thousands of troops we had on the border with Syria? Remember that? We had thousands of troops between Turkey and Syria. I said, wait a minute. This border's been here for 1,000 years plus. We never did anything. Now, why are we doing it? Sir, you can't do it. It'll be war. It'll be war. I said, our troops are in grave danger. You have 2 armies, and you have our troops in the middle. So I started bringing them home.
Now, what's your thoughts now?
He wild, man. Trump wild, man. Trump is wild. And this is my thing. Trump went over there, talked to the Taliban, and had them sign a treaty, right? And there's video showing it, right? Correct. But where was the president of Afghanistan in the midst of all this? Like, why was that okay to sign this without him? And with that being said, do you think that the treaty that was signed was basically an agreement between the U.S. and the Taliban, as in we would evacuate all our troops and then you can pursue taking over Afghanistan?
Or do you think it was something that was done for financial gain for Trump? he has already been rumored to have been in deals with Vladimir Putin in Russia. Who's to say? I'm not saying he is. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Who's to say that he didn't set these things in motion and he gonna get some type of financial support from the Taliban leaders?
That is true.
I'm just saying it could be. I don't know. It's worth the thought. But I have a few questions of my own. You know, like for instance, 20-something years we've been there. Why have we been there for so long? You know what I'm saying? We was there for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
For one, we was there for a long time. And if Biden is responsible for all this whole thing going on, like him removing the troops, isn't that kind of a smart deal if the Taliban army isn't willing to fight for their own people?
Yeah.
Essentially, he saved a bunch of American lives.
Yes,
And for all my Trump supporters out there, isn't it about being patriotic? That's what he said in a video clip we just watched.
That's exactly what he said.
So if that's the case, then I still don't see how it's Biden's fault. It's like, which one are we going to go with? Is it bad to remove the troops? Because if that's the case, then Trump was wrong at the beginning. And if it's a good thing to remove the troops, then what did Biden do wrong? Y'all leave y'all thoughts, man. Let us know what y'all think.
For real.
DJ Mann TV, we out.
All right. Peace.